I got this trailer. Isn't it fantastic? First is that it's got suspension. I don't know. Is in there. And the other thing is that it's got brakes, and it's got a braked hitch up at the top here. So when there's a heavy load on the trailer and the trailer starts to move forward, the hitch compresses, which pulls the brakes on. It's obviously been professionally made. You can see that it's all galvanized. It's all in quite good condition underneath it all. So yeah, it's a really good, solid, heavy-duty piece of kit, which will be able to take the heavy bikes on it. However, the deck is trashed. As you can see, the wood is completely trashed. It doesn't have mudguards on it, and the mudguards still need to be fitted. It doesn't have electrics, and it doesn't have a ramp. So I'm out here today to figure out how I'm going to sort all of this out. I think I've got a plan for most things. So the first thing I wanted to do was to sort out the security of the whole thing, because, you know, it's all very well having a lovely trailer and a lovely bike, but if anybody can just kind of hitch it up and drag it off, then it's really not much good. Now, the other trailer I've got allows you to put a lock through the handle at the hitch, which stops the hitch from working. This doesn't have that. However, I don't know if you can see, but what I've been able to do, this is the hitch in the hitched position, and there's a gap through there. So what I'll do is I'll get a long, what do you call them? I don't know. A long padlock, which will go through there, and that will absolutely stop that from working. Then got a big chain which I'll be able to put through there. Lovely. Yeah, okay. There, see, I was planning on stripping this off carefully, but so here we are with the bed removed, the lights removed, and everything else refitted. And it's all looking pretty good, I think. It's interesting, now it's come apart, you can really see the structure of the trailer. You can really see how simple it actually all goes together. So there's three parts to it. The top part has just been welded together by somebody in their garage. Well, maybe not in their garage, that's a little bit unfair, but it's just been welded together, fairly simple, just a frame on top, which has then got the loading rail, so that is what that is called, and the lifting eyes bolted onto it. That all sits onto a much more professionally made A-frame. You can see the diagonals there coming down to the hitch here. The hitch obviously is bought in, that's a standard part. And then underneath that is the only complicated part of the trailer, which is the axle. You've got the wheels, the hubs, the suspension, and this bar in between. And I don't know if you can see, but there's a plate, there's a label on there, which pretty hard to see what it is, but it turns out that this is I can't even remember, ALKO type axle originally made in France, which is great. So I've been able to identify what it is. They turns out that it's a pretty standard axle, actually most commonly used in caravans. So all the parts are readily available. If I needed to replace it, I could do. So yeah, I'll be able to get those brakes sorted out and get everything working pretty quickly. So all turns out to be pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I've got a plan to get the mudguards on. I know how I'm going to do the electrics. I've got a design for a ramp, even though a friend rather helpfully said, "Wow, you don't need a ramp. Let's just get a plank." Yeah, well, that's great. I'm an engineer. Engineer's going to engineer. This is going to have a proper ramp on it. And if I needed to, because the loading rail is just bolted on, it's just clamped on actually, it doesn't even bolt through it doesn't actually bolt onto the bed. You can see that it just clamps on there. I can move that. I could move that over here, and I could have 2 on there if required. However, it's all good at the moment. So yeah, got the trailer sorted out. The adventure is definitely continuing. Now I just need to get the bike properly sorted.